and I'm very excited to come back.
Congratulations, sir. Look forward to seeing you in the ring.
Thank you.
No doubt they're exciting fights. Thank you, Cameron. We're going to go one more question here from Ryan O'Hara. Ryan, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
You can. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, David. Ryan O'Hara with the Ring Magazine here. Question for you. I'll make this quick. So, obviously you're trying to get the big fights, in your weight class, 168 pounds. How frustrating is that for you? And do you think that it's a matter of, guys not wanting to fight you, or do you think it's more from a business perspective? What's your honest take on that? And, I'd also like to get your thoughts on Caleb Plant. Do you think that would be a competitive fight as well?
Well, to be honest, it's not really that frustrating. It's just that getting back into it. I had just recently won my belt back in September, and I think I would have got these big fights by the end of the year if this pandemic wouldn't have hit. You know what I mean? I was supposed to fight already in April. I probably would have had two fights by now by around this time. So, I think this
my bad.
COVID, it just impacted everything. It was not me that it impacted. It impacted everybody in the world. So everybody has to move, at a slower pace and then used to moving. I feel like we're on track to get back on there. It was a little frustrating because I feel like I was already, on my way to getting these big fights, but obviously this slowed everything down. But it's probably for the best. So everybody can be safe. Everybody, the whole world needs to recover for this. I don't think we have to just talk about boxing. The whole world has to recover before we can move forward. But yeah, man, like I said, hopefully by next year I could get a fight with Caleb Plant if everything goes good. It's definitely a fight I want. I feel like that's definitely a fight the fans want. Boxing, needs the middleweight division, and he's a great fighter. I'm a great fighter, and I feel like we just need to get this fight going. There's a lot of bad blood there, so I feel like it's a great fight for boxing.
Yeah, he really didn't see. Anyway, this is from Showtime's virtual media press online announcement. So you can watch the actual full on my channel. And this weekend, August the 15th, 2020, on Showtime, David Benavidez, current WBC 168-pound champion, is going to be taking on Alexis Angulo, who defeated Matchroom's Anthony Sims Jr. in his last fight via split decision. And that was an upset, significant upset. So David Benavidez is defending his title after getting his title back from Uncasville. No, wait a minute. Anthony Durrell. After this fight, however, David Benavidez's mandatory is a guy by the name of Avni Yildirim. He has to fight him. Or it has to be a unification. And they have to pay off Yildirim. If, of course, he beats Angulo. Now, my personal opinion, I still have David Benavidez, Caleb Plant 50-50. One of the reasons is Caleb Plant, can be on the ropes sometimes. And I don't know if you want to be on the ropes against a guy like David Benavidez. What if Caleb Plant is not on the ropes, and he can keep it moving, then he can outbox him. It's the pressure fighter versus the boxer. The sweet hands with the movement versus, the pressure fighter bully. Also on the card, you're going to have Rolando Romero versus Jackson Maríñez, two undefeated fighters. This is the right guys, right? The only issue is it's for a WBA interim belt or some shit, man. WBA, they just soil everything. So here's the card right now. It's not fully updated on BoxRec, but basically Benavidez versus Angulo, 12 rounds for the WBC super middleweight 168-pound title. Rolando Romero versus Jackson Maríñez, 12 rounds for the vacant WBA interim and shit. And what division is that? Oh, man, WBA, y'all make me so sick. You make me so sick. You make my stomach hurt. Okay, here they are, number 6 and number 7. So this is another division where the WBA are going to have 4 champions. Lomachenko, Super World, Tank Davis World. He's defending that against Leo Santa Cruz, Yvonne Mindy Gold, and then these two. Like, bros. And then Otto Wallin, he gloved him, Tess. He gloved him. That was Tim Bradley when Otto Wallin almost destroyed Wilder versus Fury, too, when he pawed at Tyson Fury cut. And Tim Bradley was like, oh, he gloved him, Tess. He gloved him. And Travis Kauffman, son of Marshall Kauffman, who's, I guess you could say he's a big-time promoter in PA because he is pretty much PA's, that's a feather in his cap because from my understanding, like him, like in that middle PA area, Reading and Allentown and all that shit, that's his shit. Like, he run that shit. You know, Marshall Kauffman of King's Boxing Promotions. So, solid card. It's going to be a busy weekend this weekend in regards to boxing, as you can see. You know, or week, because we got a card on Friday. We got a card on Wednesday with John O'Carroll versus Maxie Hughes, headliner. I'm going to cover that. You got Felix Cash versus Jason Wilborn, Fight Camp 3. Shayna Courtenay, I like her. You got a Telemundo card. You got 3 cards. And if you're counting UFC, 4 cards on Saturday. Midday, Carl Frampton on ESPN Plus versus Darchin. I just did that video. Forgot the damn guy's name. Mick Collins also on there versus Sofiane Takuchi. On Showtime later on that night, the card we're talking about, David Benavidez versus Romero Alexis Angulo. I expect for Benavidez, if he were to win, to fight Yildirim, and then they build up him versus Plant on a pay-per-view. We don't know who Plant's fighting yet. Plant could be on PBC on Fox. I forgot the exact dates. I think it's like November something, or he could be on Undercard with Spence versus Garcia. Who knows? You got David, and you have Otto Wallin versus Travis Kauffman. And also, you have Cecilia Brakus versus Jessica McCaskill over on the Zone. Israel Madrimov versus Eric Walker. You know, it's a busy, busy day, especially if you cover boxing or you're just a boxing degenerate like myself. So, I'm going to be here. I want to pull up some clips of Angulo, but I don't know, man. The Zone be on some bullshit. Here, let's pull up some clips. They've been on my shit list for a little while. You know, I used to work, long story short. I used to beta test for them. You know, when I give them feedback and all that. I never shill, though. But they was on some weirdo shit, man. They motherfucking... Some new cowboy over there tried to copyright me. Like, bro, like, I wasn't having it. So I had to threaten to sue their motherfucking asses. I don't play. But this is an old clip. This is Romero Angulo right here. He all right. It's a nice, solid fight for David Benavidez with no crowd. Nice, solid fight. You know, he going to come to fight. And he got some confidence because he upset this, you know, touted rookie prospect. So he ain't coming to fuck around. You know? Well, he looking a little fucked up right there. But whatever. You know, it's a fight. I'm TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. Please subscribe.